Hello everybody, it is I, Cool, back again, and today I'm going to be reviewing Chug from Planes, voiced by Brad Garrett. Chug is the sort of main side character to Dusty in the movie. He's sort of the one guy who actually believes in Dusty at the beginning and sort of, teaches him how to be a better racer. And he's actually the one who encourages Dusty to get Skipper as a helper. So yeah, Chug is a pretty important character in Planes, but he doesn't appear that much in the movie because, he's not a plane, so they can't put him everywhere. They have these scenes where every so often Dusty will radio back home. They do this in the second movie as well. I'm not sure how to feel about that. The fact that that's pretty much all the action Chug gets. He's kind of just there for most of it. And he's also not the greatest written character. He's kind of just bootleg Mater. Like, he doesn't have a lot of character traits that make me go, oh yeah, Chug. He just kind of is. And you know what? That's fine. He doesn't need to be a super in-depth character, but I do wish it was a little more interesting. Maybe do something a little more interesting with the character, I guess. I don't know. But I do know one thing, and that's his diecast looks pretty sick. I believe I had him as a kid. I remember having a lot of major Planes characters as a kid. So this is Chug. He's based on old, beaten up, hodgepodge fuel truck, according to the Planes commentary. You can sort of see that with his multicolored hood and his, just dirtiness. He's a bit of a darker shade of green on the diecast than in the movie. He's also extremely filthy. We're so used to dirt detailing on the Cars characters. So it's really interesting how they handled dirt here. They just fully coated the bottom of him in this just filth. Just brown, just disgusting brown. But it suits him. It suits him well. Mine's a bit damaged, but again, it's Chug. He's kind of supposed to look like that. His mirrors here, and actually, if you push them hard enough, they'll swivel around, but I don't think that's intentional, so I wouldn't recommend it. Same with this little fuel arm here. This is what he uses to sort of, fill the cars. Fuel truck is a pretty cool concept for a Cars character, and it really stinks that this is the only one. There are a lot of factory customs out there that made this guy into fuel tankers for other cars. Different Piston Cup sponsor fuel tanks, like N2O Cola, I think Octane Gain maybe, Transberry Juice, Dynaco, I'm pretty sure. Has to be a Dynaco Chug. I would love to own one of those factory customs just to have Chug with all that stuff. So yeah. He has these little cabins here. I don't know what these are for. These little wood parts. I'm assuming that's just what was, recreated from the actual real life inspiration. Is the wing here. He owns his own, service station. It's a fuel place, obviously. Here are the little tanks. I think these are the kinds of things you'd spin and they would, pour. They're not really detailed on the bottom, but that's what I think they're supposed to be like. And then over here, I guess this is where you'd access the fuel tank. It's non-openable door. Here's his brake lights, of course, because, he's a truck. And here's the other side. I'd say his model is very similar to that of Smokey from Cars 3. I don't have him on me right now. Let me pause to get him. Getting Smokey, these two do seem pretty similar design-wise. Well, not that similar, but similar enough. They're both old trucks. They have these little baggy parts, I guess, the fenders, the thick fenders. Yeah, I'd say they're pretty similar. I forgot Smokey doesn't have mirrors. That feels a little weird. And then, of course, the obvious one, Mater. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. This is a road trip Mater because he's a little taller, so a little more in scale with the Planes line, I guess. Yeah, so you can see that they are very different. I appreciate that they made Chug very different from Mater, design-wise at least. They could have easily done the same rusty brown thing, but they didn't, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that Planes doesn't entirely feel like a knockoff. Like, the Cars characters aren't exactly ripped off, with the exception of, like, I guess maybe Chick Hicks, maybe, I don't know. At least character-wise, even if they aren't great, the Plains characters still felt somewhat distinct from each other and their Cars counterparts. So yeah, hold on, let me quickly show the base. This guy was made in Thailand. You can see right there the date stamp is F28. Nice to have some Thailand items. It's really funny because so many people are like, why can't they make them like they used to from China? And then, you know, Thailand it does exactly like, I don't know. It's really funny that you can't tell the difference that this is a Thailand item and that this is also a Thailand item. You can tell the difference between this and a regular Mater. But yeah, that's all I have to say about Chug. I hope you all enjoyed the review, and I shall see you all around. Bye-bye!